Well, good morning. How is everybody doing? We have reached episode number 40, and I decided to make it a little bit different. Last night, a couple of days ago, sorry, I was watching YouTube and I came across a channel where they were cooking brisket. And the recipe was excellent. The way the brisket looks and the juiciness and the way they slice it, it's an art, and it's very complicated. Some people think it's easy, so I never done it before. So I called my friend Sean and I asked Sean if he could, make a video about how to cook a brisket and how to slice it, how to put the season on it, bind it with the mustard and everything else. So he agreed. So what you guys are about to see is Sean making a brisket, Tato style.
Alright, I'm back. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to do the fat side. We'll get it seasoned up. You have to season all sides here. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell you. You want to have the perfect meat here. You want to go along the edges and round them off. I use a pair of scissors. This allows the meat not to dry. It allows the meat not to dry on the edges and chip away. So the key here is to make sure that all the edges are rounded. If you want the perfect brisket, if there's such a thing, that's what you need to do. So just go along the edge with a pair of scissors and kind of cut the sharp edge off of it. Again, you can save this meat, it's good meat. You can save it for your chili or your stuff like that. It's pretty rounded here. A lot of work, just a little extra step. Keeps that, when you're eating that brisket, you know, the edges get real dry and hard. And, a couple of seconds here with a pair of scissors, and you can knock most of that off so when it cooks. Okay, now I got everything greasy and messy. Let's roll this baby over. Pass these holes again. The probably stay in there, but that's all right. All right, so we are going we're going to take the mustard and all over the back of it. You want to rub it in. I promise you, you will not have any flavor from this mustard. Nothing. But what it does is when you put your seasoning on here, it will absolutely stay. All right. So. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm using some of this cowboy rub, but it's salt, sea salt, paprika, and garlic, and it's got a little bit of chili pepper in it, but very, very light. So I'm going to try this. This is the first time I try this. I'm going to coat this up here. A good amount on it. You're afraid. It's going to make a crust. Just adds to the flavor of the meat. All right, let's get it all in there. Try to get on the sides as well. Get that on the other side. I'm going to add some salt. Into the meat. Pepper, that pepper machine sucks. Sorry. So, a little bit more pepper. All right. You're all over there. Now, pat that down really well, and we'll flip it over and get the other side. Try not to miss any place. One bite you're not going to enjoy as well. Get it all in there. And then I was going to wipe fattening, putting seasoning on all that fat. It's just going to, so this will drip down in the pan, and it'll have all the seasoning, and it will come back up on top of your meat. All right, I'm going to do this one glow. All right, so now we're back over here. All right, looking pretty good. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. I can't tell you how to be clean because I don't know how. So I'm going to get it all coated. My little patches here, put them back on. Get it all coated. I don't have to get silly with it like I am here, but all around the edges. So, again, we're going to get this cowboy, it's Weber cowboy seasoning. I don't know, I watch a lot of the videos, and a lot of people get really serious about this, and rightly so. I watched a video a minute ago from a fella who's saying that after you cook it completely done, that you put it in a 160 degree smoker or oven with moisture. You have to watch it, and then you got to sit in there for another 10 to 12 hours. And this is how those restaurants do that. I mean, if you got 2 days to make yourself a good brisket, it looked like it was pretty good. All right, we're back. I have my grill set for, actually I have it set for 275. It's actually a little hotter than I want, so I'm going to drop it down a little bit to 250. And we're just going to place it on the grill. So, pretty big brisket. Not really big as what I needed, but stick it in there like that. This is going to create a lot of juices that are going to come into your catch pan down below. So you want to make sure you have that freaking pick that up and hold it. So we're running 275. We're gonna come back in about 4 hours, take a look at it. What you're looking for is about an internal temperature of about 165. It's still gonna be tough, but we're gonna bring it to 165, and then we're gonna wrap it. We wanna cook it for probably another 2 hours, maybe even 3, and so it's nice and tender. And internal temperature is going to be, if I remember right, around 205, 210 internal. I'm sure everybody's got their different ways of doing it, so we'll see how this one comes out. So we're going to close this up. This thing's all over everything here. I'm already done. We're going to close that up, let that temperature come back, and we'll see you in a little while. All right, so it's been about close to 8 hours. We're right at 209 on both probes. I cranked this up. It was at 300. Cranked it up a little bit for the last 15-20 minutes. Just kind of pushed this up to 210. Probably could have pulled it off a little bit ago. But that's where we're at. You can see I got 2 probes in, checking the meat. So we're going to go ahead and shut the grill off, let it sit here for a little bit, and then I'll take that in and we'll see where we're at with everything. Be back in a minute. All right, so we're here. You guys see I took a little nip of that. We're going to cut into this. I am not an expert at this cutting, but you need to look at your grains of your meat, and there's a point where you want to switch. So some point in here you're going to cut, and you're going to cut this direction when you're cutting this direction. I'm an expert at that, but this is going to probably be the driest section right here. So we'll go ahead and make some cuts here. Get into the juicy part. Oh, it's hot. All right. Oh yeah, here we go. All right. This juicy section here, as you can see, starting to get into the other direction. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to cut this off here, I think. Yeah, you can see inside. I'm going to start cutting it the other direction to make sure we get it where we need it. So take you for a little closer look here. It's very hot. So anyway, it's very juicy. And sorry. And kind of do a brisket. So anyway, you can kind of see the smoke ring as well. Nice little smoke ring around the edges. And that's how we do that. So thanks for watching.